Emil Cadlick here with FootballDiehards.com. Saturday, Week 6, 2018 NFL season. This is video 2. Hope you enjoyed video 1. Again, we're focusing on cash DFS. At least I am. Hopefully you guys are too. Let's take a quick look. Let's go down. Let's move this down a little so we can see better. And we got a lot of articles, as you can see. And let's find... we focused on the first one on Bobby Gomez cash. Wanted to find Bob Harris. 3 and out. It should be here. It's probably staring right at me. There's too many darn articles here. Oh, here it is. 3 and out. So what Bob suggests this week is David Johnson, Arizona, $5,900 on DraftKings, etc. And we got John Brown, who's pretty popular today or this week. Cameron Brate. And his out is DeAndre Hopkins. So let's go over to daily. And we'll do the DraftKings optimizer. Move this down a little bit so we can see it all. And we're going to pick... did I get the right one? Let's see. We don't want Thursday, Monday, because Thursday's already gone. We're going to go basically the main slate for Sunday, minus Thursday, minus Sunday night, and minus Monday. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. And we're going to add these players. We're going to go verbatim with Bob initially. We're going to take... where is David Johnson? Oh, there he is. So we're going to check this box, and that box means that we're going to force him to be selected within the optimizer. Now we're going to go to wide receiver. Bob suggested eliminating DeAndre this week, and so we're going to hit the minus sign, which makes him disappear. And we're going to find John Brown. We're going to have to probably search for Mr. Brown. There he is. And we're going to check that little box there that forces him on and eliminate him from the search. And who else do we have? We got to get Brate, who's a tight end. And we're going to check his box. So we've eliminated Hopkins. We've got John Brown for Baltimore, Cameron Brate for Tampa Bay, and David Johnson for Arizona. Now we're going to come down here and hit the little calculate button and see what it does. We've set this thing for 20 lineups. I'm not going to really look at the 20 lineups. So let's see what lineup 1 has for us. He's got Jameis Winston, who was an honorable mention for Bobby Gomes also. Todd Gurley, Elliott. So with our selections, we're getting Todd Gurley and Elliott again like we got in video 1 as a priority, at least on lineup 1. Lineup 2, it eliminates that and goes with Chris Carson. It's got Mike Williams against Cleveland. It's got Gabriel against Miami. Now, Gabriel's an interesting guy. He's a hot and cold guy. He's probably more for a tournament guy, but I'm just talking, I don't really know. So, and we got Houston's defense, which actually was another high pick. He's a big dollar sign, $3,500 for that. So that's the suggestion here. And this one's a little different. Let's actually use this little nav bar here, What's this one got? We had Gurley and Elliott again. We've got Christian Kirk, who's been getting a lot of targets, of course, with Larry Johnson being injured. Oh, with the hamstring issue, he's playing, but he's limited, obviously. And again, we've got Gallup. I don't know if I could start Gallup. That's wishing. And etc. So you can go down this list. Here's a Melvin Gordon lineup with Gurley and Gordon. That's an interesting one. You got Hearns. So what I'm going to do after I get off this video, because I'm not going to sit here, is I'm going to look for alternatives at the $3,000 for a guy like Hearns. Maybe I can find somebody, or reduce the Houston, get a cheaper defense and try and get a better receiver. Now, another thing to mention here is if you go on DraftKings, you'll see flex. Our particular tool actually doesn't put the flex. It puts the player at its position. So here you have a third running back. So you can, be a little more flexible when you go to DraftKings. But obviously one of these guys will fall into the flex lineup. Oh, what else do we have? Tywayne Taylor, that's an interesting selection there. And let's go down here. Well, there's another Funches. Oh, gosh, it's not always sexy, not always sexy. So here's a lot of suggestions. We got Jameis Winston going up against Atlanta. You know, Winston's had a bye week to prepare. Did play a little bit at the end of that game against Chicago in week, whatever that was, week 4, I guess. He going against Atlanta, who's given up a ton of points. So there's some interesting lineups there. And here's Deshaun Watson, who's really starting to play better. He's going to go against Buffalo at home. Buffalo's a sneaky defense. And you got Sutton again in one of these lineups. So I'll probably tinker a little and try and get better receivers. But Sutton may be one of those guys who has a good week. They're going to be at home. The Rams have a good defense, but they're going to score points, and hopefully they'll let Denver score points. So Sutton may be an interesting trick pick. But go along and go down these things. There's a lot of different options. Keenan Cole, I probably don't want to play him for some strange reason. He hasn't really performed. A lot of other guys are starting to play better on that team. And Yeldon's another guy that I think I should have put on here. Anyway, so that's the start of good lineups, and you can go tinker as you will. So good luck in Week 6 of the NFL season 2018.